Get out your pitchforks and torches. Time for tonight's worst persons in the world. The bronze to Tom Shales, the once prominent critic of the Washington Post, who lost his mind over this narration in a new In Memoriam segment from Christiane Amanpour during her debut yesterday on ABC's This Week. First, he called her a, quote, globe-trotting fancy pants. Then he added, the commendable In Memoriam segment ended with a tribute not to American men and women who died in combat during the preceding week, but rather, said Amanpour in her narration, in remembrance of all of those who died in war in that period. Did she mean to suggest that our mourning extend to members of the Taliban? What did she do in this segment? What about the Taliban? Let's look at this segment Mr. Shales complains of.
We remember all of those who died in war this week, and the Pentagon released the names of 11 U.S. service members killed in Afghanistan.
We remember all of those who died in this war this week. Well, the names of the American dead are shown on the screen. Yeah, that's a suggestion that our mourning extend to members of the Taliban. You know what Ms. Amanpour can include in next week's In Memoriam segment? Tom Shales' career. The runner-up Fred Barnes of Fix News attacked the members of the ill-fated Journo list by claiming in the Wall Street Journal that some of them seem to be on the Democratic team, but he's never been on the Republican team. If there's a team, no one has asked me to join, but I've never been part of a discussion with conservative writers about how we could most help the Republican or the conservative team. As Joe Conason noted at Salon, Barnes was paid more than $25,000, plus travel expenses, to speak at county Republican meetings in Oregon, Texas, and Florida between 06 and 08. If you got paid, Fred, you've already joined the conservative team. But our winner, Rupert Murdoch, and his president for station operations for Fox, Dennis Swanson. For a long time, the one saving grace of the Fix News propaganda machine was that it did not extend to the local stations Murdoch owns, like Channel 5 in New York, or Channel 11 in Los Angeles. Oh, well, you can forget the one saving grace. Multiple industry sources say that within the last 6 weeks or so, local news directors at the local Fox O&Os have been receiving memoranda and emails from Swanson and other executives, and even from Murdoch himself, content directives, they're called, to make the local news on Fox broadcast stations around the country look and sound just as shaded, just as biased as that on Fox News Channel. An example. Last month, all the Fox O&Os were informed it would be a good idea to do a man-on-the-street segment for which the question was provided by Fox News headquarters. Half of Americans think President Obama is not doing a good job. What do you think? So let the propagandizing begin. And soon this will no longer be the unintentional slogan of the local newscast on the Fox station in your city.
Takes a tough man to make a tender forecast, Nick.
I guess that's me.
Keep that chicken.
That will now be replaced with keep bleeping that Obama. Rupert Murdoch and his local station's chief Dennis Swanson, today's worst persons in the world.